We only done a Manchester United rebuild a couple of days ago, but the mad scientist has come out and dropped the best database on the game. The 2007-08 database filled with players like Michael Carrick and Scholes in DM, Rooney and Tevez, Nani, Ronaldo, Vidic and Ferdinand. Of course, we're here to rebuild Manchester United, and I'm absolutely buzzing to see if we can take the treble like Fergie did in 08 to go through this ridiculous database and see some amazing players in their primes, or a young Lionel Messi. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The 07-08 database rebuild of Manchester United. I think we have to start off with this Manchester United team, and the tactic I have built is a 4-2-4 tactic. I've tried to build something a little bit fun, and it's sort of proof what Manchester United did back in the day. So we've got Van der Sar in goal as a standard goalkeeper on defend, Gary Neville and Patrice Evra as two wing backs, the cover ball playing defender of Ferdinand, and the stopper of Nemanja Vidic with Scholes and Carrick in midfield, Nani on the right wing, Ronaldo on the left wing with Rooney and Tevez up front. This tactic could get changed a hell of a lot to make this right, but I've sort of gone for a staggered approach, which United did back in the day, basically a 4-4-2, but Ronaldo can't play left mid, so left wing to get Ronaldo involved. I think we'll do that because his stats, they're quite good. 20 dribbling, ridiculous pace, 20 flair. A 22-year-old Ronaldo is an absolute dream. Of course, he's consistent. He loves big matches, great technique, great penalty taking, and he's not the guaranteed striker that he is today. This is a young winger Ronaldo, which we absolutely love to see, and we can only compare him to one player at this point, and that is a young Lionel Messi. Also with ridiculous pace, 20 flair, 20 dribbling, and ridiculous stats just all around. Only a value of 21 million because at the start of this database, every single player has a capped value of sort of like 15 to 20 million. If we sort this by transfer and go to max ability, there is going to be some names in here. Michael Ballack, Michael Owen, William Gallas, Nicholas Anelka as a 28-year-old striker. He looks fantastic. Emmanuel Adebayor, Dean Ashton from West Ham. Before his injuries, this guy was really special. That picture, I can picture it now based on my 07 sticker book. Absolutely fantastic. Gareth Barry, absolute legend. David Bentley. I mean, if we saw this by value instead, we got the likes of Ronaldinho for 23 million. He's quite good, isn't he, with these stats? 20 flair, 19 dribbling, crazy pace. This database is so fun. A massive props to the mad scientist. And if you like the sticker badges we've got as well, that's a guy called Jomo. If you go onto the mad scientist Patreon, there is then a link to Jomo's Patreon where you can then get the sticker book design from. I'll try and remember to leave a link to both of them down in the description below, because the sticker book just makes the database that extra little bit special. Like a young 25-year-old Zlatan Ibrahimovic just looks sick with his Inter Milan picture. He looks absolutely ridiculous. Do we bring him back to United nice and early? Does Lionel Messi ever leave Barcelona? Does David Villa ever leave Valencia and go to Barcelona? Or does he come to Manchester United? I don't know. He's got 20 finishing in ridiculous pace. I think it'll be good fun, but we could go through this list for absolutely hours, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm actually wearing a top inspired by this man, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Van Nistelrooy from the legends at Stretford Paddock, my favourite striker of all time. Obviously, at this point, he has left Manchester United to go to Real Madrid, where he's had one season, scored 25 goals in 37 games. I mean, my absolute idol. What a striker. 18 finishing does not do it justice. Ruud van Nistelrooy was that guy. And the best thing about this database as well is the under 21s and under 18s. You look through players in here that you've got no idea that they were going to be there before. I've actually already moved them all up into the first team already. So if we go by potential, we've got the likes of Gerard Piqué at Manchester United. How's he here? But he is 20 years of age, looks absolutely fantastic. Even the signature on his sticker there. Wayne Rooney, we haven't touched on him yet. I mean, he's only 21 years of age. That is so scary. And how good he is absolutely fantastic as well. A young 20-year-old Nani. When you actually go for this team and realise how young it is absolutely brilliant. 25-year-old Vidic, 28-year-old Ferdinand. I mean, the perfect centre-back pairing you'd ever see. 7.6 million on Vidic and 14.5 on a very, very fast Rio Ferdinand. The speed of Ferdinand was very underrated. Carlos Tevez hasn't snaked us to go to Manchester City just yet. I will certainly be getting rid of him because he's a bit of a snake and I don't want that around. Anderson, will he turn into the player we all thought he could have? Just 19 years of age. What a ridiculous player he looks like. Johnny Evans, will he ever leave Manchester United or will he stay here for years to come? What a player he has been. I mean, even now, United, he's one of our best centre-backs. Ben Foster, the Foscast, the Cycling GK, the Wrexham keeper. Well, not anymore, but what a guy here at Manchester United as well. And of course, in goal, a 36-year-old experienced Ed Edwin van der Sar. This database is simply absolutely fantastic, and I absolutely love it. I think the best thing for me to do is to go forward 3 years, not 3 years, go forward this season and see what we can win. Obviously, this is the year United won the treble, so are we going to prove that Fergie is the best manager of all time? Are we going to fall short, or are we going to match Fergie? We've got the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, the English League Cup, not the Energy Drink Cup, and the FA Community Shield. We're going to be showing lots of highlights in this as well, because I think we have to go through some of these nostalgic teams and nostalgic players. So strap yourselves in for season 1 of the Manchester United 07-08 rebuild. Right, so we're going to start things off with the English League Cup, and Robbie Keane and Steve Malbronk link up to find a young Gareth Bale, who finds Steve Malbronk to make it 1-0 Spurs. And I actually believe in 2008 is the last time Spurs won a cup, and they also won it there. A Gareth Bale corner into Ledley King. The Spurs team is looking like so. Paul Robinson in goal, Ivanovic at right back, Dawson and Ledley King at centre back, with Gareth Bale just a left back at this point. If we look at Gareth Bale, them stats are fantastic, but he can't play wing yet, so will he ever develop that, or will he just be a left back? I've got no idea, but he looks absolutely fantastic. Aaron Lennon, Jermaine Genius and Didier Zakora with Steve Malbronk in midfield, with Dimitar Berbatov and Robbie Keane up front. Berbatov hasn't joined Manchester United yet, and I think we'll rewrite history and we won't go ahead and sign Berbatov. Not that I didn't love Berbatov, it's just that we might as well do something a little bit different. So a 2-0 loss in the English League Cup to Tottenham Hotspur was not ideal, and if we talk about the FA Cup as well, things didn't go very well there either. We lost 2-0 to Portsmouth, and now you might be thinking, Portsmouth, they're absolutely rubbish. No, at this point, Portsmouth were actually very, very good. And this Portsmouth team, if this doesn't give you nostalgia, I don't know what will. A front two of Benjani and John Utaka, Nico Kranjar, Papa Bouba Diop, Pedro Mendes, Joel Epiale in midfield with Dimi Traore, Sylvain Distan and Sol Campbell at centre-back, with Laurent and David James in goal. We got cooked in the semis, but honestly, I've still got a smile on my face because it's just so fun to go through and play in this database. And in the Champions League, we managed to get all the way to the final. We faced up against Barcelona. And we got this game off to an absolute stinker. Zambrotta and Iniesta link up very well on the right-hand side, finds Deco, and a Wes Brown own goal makes it 1-0 Barcelona. But we're going to see this Manchester United team cook like you've never seen before. Rooney, 2-foots Ronaldinho, a ball goes into the back stick, and Victor Valdez can't keep out the Louis Zaha header. Nemanja Vidic on the ball finds Michael Carrick to find Ryan Giggs, a great ball to Louis Zaha, and he blasts it home for 2-1. Have we got a superstar here in Louis Zaha? Ronaldo now on the ball with that 20 dribbling, 20 flair, 20 pace, a great ball at the top to Wayne Rooney, and Valdez can't stop it. It's 3-1, but Barcelona are going to get a goal back. Zambrotta finds a young Lionel Messi to the right-hand side, skips inside, finds Iniesta, who blasts it home for 3-2, but that is all she wrote. 3-2 in the Champions League final. We've ticked it off nice and early. Obviously, no treble like Fergie. Losing to Portsmouth in the semi-finals of the FA Cup means we're not going to go ahead and lift it first season, and this video doesn't end until we do win a treble. And we're also going to try and go invincible, so Arsenal aren't the only team to go invincible, because that annoys me a lot, especially now City have also won a treble. Valdez in goal, Zambrotta at right back, Puyol and Marquez at centre back, with Eric Abidal at left back, Yaya Toure, Angel Iniesta and Deco as midfield three, with Messi, Ronaldinho and, you know, a 30-year-old Thierry Henry up front, who still has 20 acceleration and 20 pace and 18 finishing. I mean, their bench, I was expecting to see Eto'o on there. He isn't on the bench. The bench isn't exactly as strong as I thought it was going to be. For United, Chris Eagles is on the bench. I mean, what a throwback Chris Eagles is. What a player. 3-2 victory in the Champions League final. But it's time to go into the Premier League and get some highlights running in the background. So we're going to kick things off against the worst Premier League team in history, Derby. And this was the season as well, where I believe they got 11 points. And Nani gets us off to a fantastic start in just 1 minute. Ryan Giggs to the left-hand side finds John O'Shea to Scholes, to Giggs, to Ronaldo. And he finishes at home 4-2-0. This United team is so fun. CR7 blasts at home for 3-0. And Bywater can't keep that one out. Ronaldo finds John O'Shea, back to Ronaldo. He's going to find Ryan Giggs. He's going to drill it across. And Rooney's there to poke home for 4-0 in 50 minutes. Hargreaves finds John O'Shea out on the left-hand side. He plays for a great ball to Louis Zaha, who again drills it low and hard into Wayne Rooney for 5-0 in 60 minutes. Ronaldo, back post cross. Park Ji-sung can't quite win it. Gary Neville's on the ball. He gets the byline. Then he finds Park Ji-sung, who batters it home into the top corner for 6-0. Ronaldo, a corner, back stick. That man PK leaps up above everyone and heads it home. And 7-0, a demolition of the worst team in Premier Premier League history. And that wasn't the only absolute battering in this season. Carlos Tevez pokes it home past Tim Howard to make it 1-0. Scholes finds Ronaldo to make it 2-0. And this Everton team has the likes of Yakubu, Tim Howard, Tim Cahill, Mikel Arteta in it. It's great. Tevez finds Rooney for 3-0 in 28 minutes. Tim Howard is getting an absolute peppering. A one-touch pass there from Nani, and Tony Hibbert clears it to Scholes, who finds Rooney to make it 4-0 in 29 minutes. We're a little bit rampant, this United team, and the results were absolutely ridiculous season. Obviously 7-0 in that game against Derby. We are going to end this game up at 6-0. Carlos Tevez makes it 5 just there. A man called Ferrari finds Arteta. No, he doesn't. Ginev's there. Carrick, Nani. He blasts it from distance. 6-0. There was another 6-0 against Fulham. There was a whole bunch of 5-1s, 5-0s, 4-2s, but a massive game up next. Facing up against Manchester City in the Manchester Derby. Obviously, the Derby has just happened in real life, and City won 3-0. Well, 3-1, sorry. Well, at this point in life, City have just had their money and aren't the absolute powerhouse they are. So we're here to stop them from ever doing that and embarrass them in this one. Rooney makes it 2-0 in 38 minutes. And Isakson, City fans don't even know who he is, let alone me. Hargreaves found the ball, backstick cross to Saha, and Isakson again just doesn't quite do anything and doesn't save it. The Manchester City team is absolutely hilarious, by the way. With the likes of Isakson in goal, Nadim Anua, Verdan Chaluka, Gary Caldwell, and Xavier Garrido at the back. Dieter Harman, Michael Johnson, Elano in midfield, of Lars Ricken, Martin Petrov, and Ronaldo Bianchi up front. I mean, a whole bunch of nobodies for City. And after then, Michael Johnson, who was tipped to be one of the best players the world has ever seen, just didn't really make it at City for some reason. I think it was injuries, but this guy's potential back on like FM08 was crazy. Elano as well was another one. Quite a slow player from what I remember, but an absolute baller. Great first touch, great dribbling, great passing technique, decision making. The only two I really know. The rest of them, useless. I mean, we all know Chaluka and Anua. But for the fun of it, Manchester City, no one knows who they are. Not even City fans know who they are. And that did lead us to having a fantastic Premier League season. A victory, 93 points, first in the table, and the top two in the goal scoring charts of Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney. Robin van Persie hasn't moved to United just yet. He is still at Arsenal, and he bagged 23 goals, and he looks absolutely fantastic. The values have started to increase. He's now got a value of £131 million. Ronaldo, an 8.05 average match rating because he scored 16 assists and 26 goals. He's a little bit good and a little bit unstoppable. My GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo. Joint topping player of the matches with Kevin Doyle from Reading. An absolute bagsman if I've ever seen one. 18 finishing, decent composure, great pace. And Obafemi Martins. If we're talking about speed, this man had it all. Great pace, flair, dribbling, determination, the real package. Jens Lehmann, Shea Given, and Jose Reynaz, the clean sheets people. And in terms of yellow cards, Andy Griffin, Robbie Savage, the 20 aggression midfielder with the second most yellow cards, joint with Stephen Taylor at Newcastle. Honestly, this database is just fantastic. I absolutely love it, and I genuinely couldn't speak highly enough of the mad scientists for putting this together. It is absolutely fantastic, so make sure you go ahead and show them some love, whether it's down in the description, get in the comments. We love the mad scientist. Get in the comments down below if you love him, because we all should absolutely love him. I want to see 100 comments spamming him with love. Rooney got 28 goals and 7 assists. Louis Zaha, though, was a top goal scorer up front with 29 goals and 13 assists in 24 starts. We haven't given this man much credit, but for 15 million and 29 years of age, he just absolutely cooked. Ronaldo, yeah, he was the best. 43 goals in 41 starts and 23 assists. Tevez, 24 and 13. Nani, 11 and 10. 23 assists for Ryan Giggs, who I've actually accidentally let leave to go to Olympic Lyon. A massive sorry, Giggs fans, and Giggs in general, and United fans, because I've let the best winger in the world go. Patrice Evra, 14 assists. What a guy. He loves this game. He loves being at United, and them stats, I love them too. We've got the likes of 15 assists from Paul Scholes as well at 33 years of age, just pulling the strings in the middle, being an absolute dominant force. I mean, what a team, what a season. Obviously 2 trophies, the FA Cup. No, we didn't. We won the the Champions League and the Premier League. That was it, wasn't it? We also got rounded up in the Community Shield. So just 2 trophies the first season. Not the greatest, but we have got £62 million to go and spend, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So first of all, completely out of my control, Raphael is here coming from Fluminense. I mean, an absolute wonder kid right back. What a guy this guy was in real life. And there was someone that looked quite a little bit like him. Oh yeah, his twin brother Fabio, who here on FM0708 database has a hell of a lot higher potential. And maybe we can see him overtake Patrice Evra, which would be absolutely mental because we all know he didn't quite make it at United. Unlike his brother Raphael, who didn't have that same potential. I don't know if the mad scientist has got confused or if that's just what it was, but back in 08, I was only 9 years of age, so I didn't really know back then. Our striker to partner Wayne Rooney up front, because we have got rid of a few players, is Alexandre Pato. Yes, the 18-year-old at AC Milan never really quite made it as a top-level striker, but trust me, this guy back here then was that guy. He was the person to go ahead and sign. Remember, like FIFA 10, FIFA 11, or the likes of FM08, 09, 010. I had them on the PSP, and Alex Pato was the hero. Pure pace, great determination, great finishing, great technique. Just 18 years of age. We're going to make him an absolute superstar. Welcoming Alexandre Pato. And we had to bring someone in to help him, you know, really get to grips with English football. Not this guy ever played there, but Kaka. Why not? He's 26 years of age. He's got a Ballon d'Or to his name, and he's one of the best players the world has ever seen. So we've got Rooney, Ronaldo, Kaka, Alex Pato. Great pace, great dribbling, great determination, unreal in big matches, very, very consistent. We signed him for £55 million after he just dropped 12 goals in 27 games. Ricardo Kaka, welcome to United. And I mean, we had to add one more player into that team, and he's not on the thumbnail because you guys wouldn't have clicked on the video. Lionel Messi, he's here at Manchester United. We've got Kaka, we've got Messi, we've got Ronaldo, we've got Pato, we've got Wayne Rooney, we've got Nani still, we've got loads of players, but Messi is here at United, and why on earth not, you know? These databases are so fun. £54 million after dropping a 7.64 average rating. We might be building an absolute dynasty, the best team the world has ever seen. 20 dribbling, 20 first touch, 20 flair, outrageous speed. It's Lionel Messi, ladies and gentlemen. You know who this guy is. He is one of the best players the world has ever seen. For me, not the GOAT. Who is your GOAT? Down the description. Mine is Ronaldo, and Ronaldo has gone up front for us here in this rebuild. Messi actually needs to go out over to the right-hand side while Kaka comes in. We're actually going to swip that round. So Messi's on the left, 5 stars everywhere. Van der Sar up front. Gary Neville at right back, Vidic and Ferdinand at centre back, Evra at left back, Hargreaves and Scholes in midfield, Kaka, Messi, Rooney, Ronaldo. What a team. And the backups as well are fantastic. Ben Foster, Johnny Evans, PK, Wes Brown, John O'Shea, Darren Fletcher, Michael Carrick, Park Ji-sung, Nani, Pato, Saha, Raphael, Fabio Anderson, Danny Welbeck, and Dong Fang Zhao. Again, this guy was an absolutely massive deal when he joined Manchester United. He was the first, I think, ever Chinese player to play in the Premier League, and I remember it being such a massive deal and then never played, which was pretty crazy, but there he is. And Danny Welbeck, as well as a 17-year-old, has ridiculous potential and is a current Coca-Cola League One standard player. Oh, what a throwback. I mean, absolutely fantastic at 17 years of age, an absolute legend in that guy Welbs. We're going to get straight into this second season. We've spent all of our money. We're in obviously every single competition you can imagine us being in, so let's get right into it. Season 2, are we going to win the treble now, or are we going to win it in a couple of seasons time when Messi and Ronaldo are no longer 21 and 22 but like 24 and 25? Well, I tell you what, it doesn't matter what sort of super team you build, because Portsmouth will always be there to batter you. 5-1 loss to Portsmouth in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. I don't know if I'm missing someone here, but Portsmouth are a bit of a joke. Ben Jani got 2, David Nugent, that's the secret man, got 1, Papa Bouba Diop and Joel Lepane got 1. Our team this game was Messi, Nani, Rooney, Ronaldo, but we lost 5-1. It is what it is. The Carabao Cup, or the English League Cup, we have gone out in, which means we're not going to go ahead and do a quadruple, but we go back into the FA Cup where we faced up against Liverpool. Now, this is actually a very good Liverpool team because this was before their decline, before their growth. So the likes of Daniel Agger and Reina and Torres are here, but Ronaldo Ronaldo is here to make it 1-0, and an ever a free kick into the back stick is not going to be quite headed home, but Messi's going to show some magic of his own. Ronaldo can do it, so can Lionel Messi. 2-0, Ronaldo with a free kick, back stick, Patrice Evra's there, hits the post, Vidic is there to volley home for 3-1. We then have Samir Nasri for Liverpool to the right here finds Rafinha, the old Brazilian right back, and he bags it home for 3-1. Rafinha then makes it 3-2. Van der Sar can't quite stop that one, but that was it for Liverpool, and just one more for United. Kaka on the ball down the right hand side, he's going to whip it in, Ronaldo's there, 4-2. Liverpool have been dispatched of, and the FA Cup is finally back in the hands of Manchester United. To mention some players in this Liverpool team: Reina, Rafinha, Sami Hyypiä and Daniel Agger at the back, with John Arisa at left back. A midfield four, which is fantastic, of Mascherano, Sami Nasri, De Guzman and Julio Baptista, with Dirk Kuyt and Fernando Torres up front. I mean, Torres is quite good, isn't he? His stats are a little bit of a joke. Just one of the best strikers we've ever seen, let's be honest. Even as a Manchester United fan, I cannot be biased and say he wasn't an absolute GOAT, because Torres just is that guy. We go on into the Champions League final. Could we go back-to-back in the Champions League? Well, it was Lazio who stood in our way, and we got off to a fantastic start with Ronaldo putting us 1-0 up in 46 minutes, and Gary Neville driving on the right-hand side, finding Kaka to find a great ball over the top to Lionel Messi, who brings the ball down and pokes it home for 2-0. That was all she wrote, but the link-up of Ronaldo and Messi is pretty scary. I mean, there's not really anyone in that Lazio team I should really need to go over. Then there's no one special. I don't know how they got to a final, but they did, and there is someone actually there in the Champions League screen we need to touch on. Djibril Cissé, what a player! Top of the goal scorers list, and Chinadu Abassi as well, and Stefan Jovetic, Aiton Berbatov, Miroslav Klose, Marias from Newcastle, Eduardo, what he could have been without that ridiculous leg break as well. What a player. But Djibril Cissé, I mean, is this before he goes to QPR? It is. Don't ruin your career, Djibril, with your fantastic pace and your fantastic finishing. What a game. We have won the Champions League, we have won the FA Cup, but can we win the Premier League? Well, if we were going to win it, we were going to have to win pretty much every single game. So here we are up against Blackburn, and a Gordon in goal doesn't save a Ferdinand header, and Ronaldo blasts it home for 2-0 in 30 minutes. We then find Kaka, who finds Rooney, who finds the ball over the top to Ronaldo, who is now an out-and-out striker, who pokes it past Craig Gordon in goal. Another ridiculous throwback to make it 3-0. Evra to Messi, to Evra, to Fletcher, to Messi, back in the sticks. Kaka, header, 4-0, half-time. What a first half. Ronaldo the back stick isn't quite going to win that one, but Vidic is there to pick it up. He drives down the left-hand side. Nemanja Vidic, ladies and gentlemen. What a finish. It's 5-0. Paul Scholes over the top. Louis Zaha brings it down. Cuts the ball back inside. Alexandra Pato arrives on the scene. It's 6-0 in 81 minutes. Ronaldo on the right-hand side to Costa, tries to challenge him. He beats him, gets it back. Ronaldo cuts it back in, and Pato's there for 7-0. You thought that was it. There's an 8th. Owen Hargreaves finds Pato. Pato to Scholes to Pato down the right-hand side. He cuts it back. Now to Ronaldo, returning the favour, and that is it. 8-0. Poor Blackburn have been absolutely battered, but this Blackburn team, what a throwback. Craig Gordon, Pablo Alvarez, Christopher Samba, Ryan Nelson, Manuel da Costa, Fabian Vargas, Aaron McKenna, Robbie Savage, Milidan Petric, Morten Gamps Pedersen, and Roque Santa Cruz. This man, he's 16 free kick taking. I can't agree. This man's a 20 free kick man if I've ever seen one in my life. If you know Morten Gamps Pedersen, you know this guy was the GOAT of free kicks. And that's the only game I'm going to show you, because it was 8-0. We obviously won the Premier League. We were simply fantastic. Beat Chelsea by 4 points, a much tighter trophy. It's 3 in a row for United. A very, very good season. 92 points, 88 goal difference. Ronaldo with just 22 goals. Anelka in second, and Frankie Lampard in third. Average rating, Kaka and Rooney top it. Kaka joint top of assists with Flora Malouda at Chelsea, while player of the match is dominated by Chelsea with Drogba, Ballack, but Anelka at Bolton at the top of the list. Unbelievable in terms of the Premier League season. Ronaldo, 38 goals and 8 assists. Rooney, 23 goals and 12 assists. Messi, 22 goals and 22 assists, while Kaka gets 22 goals and 26 assists. Saha, 16 and 7. Pato, 14 and 8. Nani, 14 and 13. What a team. What a vibe. Transfers wise, 100 million to spend. We're going to do just one more season because we have won the treble, but we'll do a third season because why on earth not? We might as well see what Ronaldo's like 3 years in, Messi, Kaka, and see what other ridiculous players we can bring in. I mean, Yaya Toure, before he goes to City, why not rewrite some history? We've got the best attack in the world. We've already got Scholes, Hargreaves, Fletcher, but all of them are aging a little bit. So a 26-year-old prime Yaya Toure Toure before he goes and joins the blue side. Let's get him to United. I mean, you can't not respect this guy. One of the best centre midfielders we've ever seen in the Premier League. Of course, over at Barcelona, he was at Monaco before that, Olympiacos, and before that, pretty much a nobody who made his way from Ivory Coast football. ASEC Mimosas have developed a star, and now £62 million he joins for the biggest club in the world, Manchester United. What a player. Yaya Toure, welcome to Manchester United. There's only one other player I'm going to go ahead and sign because Eden van der Sar is now 38. He is declining, and 23 years of age Manuel Neuer looks like the best goalkeeper we've ever seen. So why on earth not bring him in? He looks fantastic. He's only 23 years of age, just starting his career and just started getting into the Germany team as well. He's not signed for Bayern Munich yet. This is him from Schalke. So that's when you know we are really throwing it back in terms of age-wise, consistent, loves big matches, £40 million. Those are 2 great seasons at Schalke as well, and now joins Manchester United rather than going to Bayern Munich like every other player in the Bundesliga. And the team is quite good, I'd say. Neuer in goal, Gary Neville, Vidic, Ferdinand, Evra, Hargreaves, Yaya Toure, Kaka, Messi, Rooney, Ronaldo, Ben Foster, Raphael, Johnny Evans, Wes Brown, John O'Shea, Darren Fletcher, Michael Carrick, Park Ji-sung, Nani, Pato, Louis, Sahar. We've still got Scholesy here. He's just a little bit older now. Van der Sar is leaving the club. We are going to let him go. He's going to go to AZ Alkmaar. So go and enjoy the rest of his days over in Holland. What a goalkeeper. What a legend. But I thought, why not have some fun and bring in Manuel Neuer? Obviously, competitions-wise, we're in absolutely everything. Finances-wise, we're doing quite well as well. I suppose there's not too much debt at this point. 480 million is still a bit too much for my liking. But honestly, as a 3-year fun little database, we might as well have some fun. Let's get into it and see what we can win in season 3, and can we beat Arsenal's invincible record for the first time, getting invincible for United. Right, let's kick this one off right at the very start then. The Community Shield. Lionel Messi finds the ball behind to Ronaldo. I mean, what a universe is this where Messi and Ronaldo are best mates finding each other from passes, and Ronaldo is still here now in 2010, 2011. Ashley Cole finds Frank Lampard, who is unbelievable, and he batters it past Manuel Neuer to make it 1-1 before a great build-up from the back goal here. Toure finds Messi, Messi finds Ronaldo. The partnership is a joke. It's 2-1, and that's all she wrote. That was the Community Shield over with. 2 very good goals from Ronaldo, both assisted by Lionel Messi, and was the start of a quite simply ridiculous season. We're going to go into the English League Cup, something we've not managed to win yet because Portsmouth, of all teams, keep absolutely battering us. Well, we're lucky enough to face up in the final against West Ham, and this West Ham team we need to go through in a minute. A great ball there from Messi to Alex Pato to get us underway, 1-0 up in 6 minutes, and it took to the 60th to go ahead and get a second. Evra found Messi. Messi found a ball into the box. Pato was there, and it's 2-0. He's starting to make a name for himself, this little young Brazilian lad. Michael Carrick, a ball in. Ferdinand was there to make it 3-0. What a header. And then West Ham on the ball. Edmund finds Bakari. Bakari finds Hugo Viana to Craig Bellamy to make it 3-1. 66 minutes in. Were they going to come back? Of course they weren't. Evra found Ronaldo, who found Messi, who found Ronaldo, who drilled it home for 4-1. That link up is simply an absolute joke. And this West Ham team isn't quite what I remember actually as being. But players in here like Steve Sidwell, Robert Green, Craig Bellamy, Kieran Dyer, Matt Upson, James Spector. There's some absolute names in there which we have not seen for a very, very long time. And if I'm missing out on anyone, apologies. They just don't stick out much to me. But that was the English League Cup. We've won the Community Shield and that one, so it's double already. Are we going to make it a treble, including the FA Cup? We had Reading in the final of all teams, currently sitting down in League One, and they're going to put up quite a test. Or were they? Evra, a corner into the back stick. Nemanja Vidic heads it home to make it 1-0. Ronaldo from the penalty spot just 5 minutes later makes it 2-0. Ronaldo from the penalty spot just 5 minutes later makes it 3-0. A fantastic start. Park Ji-sung to the right-hand side. He's going to cut it back to Nemanja Vidic, who drives onto the edge of the box, finds Darren Fletcher, who places the ball into the bottom corner for 4-0. And Ronaldo, a penalty again. A hat-trick of penalties, 5-0. Sorry, Reading, you've been absolutely dispatched of, but as you are down in the dumps, we will go through your team with Hanneman in goal, Andre Baiki, Ibrahim Masonko, Ivar Igmarsson, Nicky Shorey, James Harper, Emerson Faye, Ismail Bangura. Is that the Oscar? It's not. Okay. Bobby Convey and Kevin Doyle up front. Leroy Leiter is here as well. Betal, Chris McKenzie, some absolute names. And that is 3 trophies already. An FA Cup, a League Cup, a Community Shield, coup in the Champions League. League as well. Well, of course, we got to the final again. We faced up against Chelsea, just like we did in the FA Community Shield. But can we make an easier task for them this time? Well, just literally 25 seconds in, Messi poached a ball getting out from the back. Park Ji-sung found Ronaldo, and it makes it 1-0 against Petr Cech. A fantastic start, but Chelsea weren't going to finish up there. Mika Richards, of all players, finds a ball to Didier Drogba. Cuts it back to Wright Phillips to find Florian Malouda to make things 1-1 in 33 minutes. Vidic on the ball finds Alexandre Pato dropping into the deep lying forward role. He drives past one, gets the ball in. Ronaldo's there for 2-1. Carrick on the ball next up finds Gary Neville, a ball back stick, not won by Messi, but it does drop to Patrice Evra, who gets it into Ronaldo, and he makes it 3-1. Ronaldo's quite good, as we're going to see from him, not only getting a hat-trick, but a fourth goal as well. Darren Fletcher, back stick. Ronaldo uses that height to make it 4-1. He's already become one of the best strikers in the world, and Michael Richards is going to do a long throw-in, and John McKell, of all players, is going to poke home to make it 4-2. But another Champions League, that is 3 Champions Leagues in a row. Can we make it 3 Premier Leagues in a row as well? Yes, we can, while going unbeaten. 100 goal difference, 102 points, 32 wins, 6 draws, 0 losses. What a team, what a club. Ronaldo 36 goals with a 7.95 average rating, while Messi gets 15 assists. Player of the matches wise, Ronaldo top on 10, Kaká third on 7, Messi, Kaká, Ronaldo the top 3 on average ratings. I mean, let's just check the stats out. 127 goals scored, just 27 conceded. Possession wise, still 61% of the ball, but had the most shots, conceded the least shots, got the most points. And in terms of goals this season, Ronaldo scored 64 in 42 games with 18 assists. That's absolutely mental. Kaká with 32 and 9. Wayne Rooney, who we've hardly touched on really, 21 goals and 7 assists, just props up and scores a whole host of goals as one of the best players we've ever seen. Alex Pato 21 and 16. Messi 15 and 25. Nani 13 and 9. Saha 11 and 1. 21 assists for Evra. 10 assists for Gary Neville. 12 assists for Yaya Toure. 12 assists for Darren Fletcher. What a team. What a database. I mean, if we just quickly check out right at the very end, the most expensive players in this database, we're looking at the likes of Julio Cesar. Oh, let's take off the interested. Iker Casillas, Julio Cesar, and Jose Manuel Reina. 3 goalkeepers. We've only got locked to goalkeepers. That's my issue, that is. Ronaldinho, David Silva, Zlatan, Samuel Eto'o, Jesus Navas, Xabi Alonso, David Villa, Obafemi Martins, Daniel De Rossi, John Terry, Domenico Cristicio, Mancini. I mean, Mancini at Roma, the young Brazilian. I mean, what a player. Gerrard, Robin, Torres, Juan, Mascherano, Mexes, Nasri, Tevez, Iniesta, Ramos, Chiellini, Gilardino, Micah Richards, Freddie Adu. Oh my God. Freddie Adu. I missed the trick in not signing Freddie Adu. What a guy. Let me know if you want another retro rebuild later on. And in maybe a couple of weeks' time, I will certainly be going ahead and doing one if you guys absolutely love this one. And maybe we bring in the legend himself of Freddie Adu. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you next time.